Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. This is a disturbing update to an already disgusting story we brought you in November 2019 about the 2019 National Steer Roping Finals, which were held at the Kansas Star Casino in Mulvane, Kansas. Steer roping is sanctioned by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, or the PRCA. But the PRCA's finals are held in glitzy Las Vegas. Because of the high number of injuries and deaths, the fake cowboys can't allow the whole world to see this extreme cruelty, so they push the steer busting finals to Mulvane. You've never heard of Mulvane, Kansas? Well, that's just the way the PRCA wants it, because this brutal cruelty is only for low-life rodeo hardcores. That means the PRCA doesn't want anyone showing up with a heart, an ethical code, or for that matter, active brain cells. On November 23, shark investigators filmed a number of steers injured. One of the victims was so mishandled, he actually fell off a pallet while he was being loaded into a trailer. Believe it or not, there was actually a veterinarian overseeing this shit show. Dr. Brian Hodes isn't the kind of vet I want caring for any non-human members of my family, but he's exactly the kind of vet fake cowboys would want for a rodeo. Although the injured steer fell off the pallet right in front of the good doctor, Hodes gave his patient no further examination before the steer was unceremoniously dumped in a trailer and left to die a slow and painful death. This is standard operating procedure in steer busting. These animals are considered expendable. 2 days after this shameful incident, a shark investigator called Dr. Hodes after the steer roping finals and asked him about what happened.
Well, how do you think he fell off then? Do you know why?
I can't answer, and I don't even know if he did fall off.
You didn't see him fall off? The pallet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Remember, the incident which Dr. Hodes doesn't recall occurred just 2 days earlier. What do you think? Is Dr. Hodes of a limited mental capacity, or is he just lying? On November 25, 2019, a complaint was filed with the Kansas Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners. The complaint cited Kansas Administrative Regulations 70-8-1, acts of unprofessional conduct, which include
failing to meet the minimum standards for either veterinary premises or veterinary practice, engaging in conduct likely to deceive, defraud, or harm the public, or demonstrating a willful or careless disregard for the health, welfare, or safety of a patient, failing to report to the proper authorities cruel or inhumane treatment to animals if the veterinarian has direct knowledge of the cruel or inhumane treatment.
Well, the entire event was cruel and inhumane. But perhaps the most clear case of misconduct was
making a false, deceptive, or misleading claim or statement.
We know that Dr. Hodes lied. We heard him lie. It was recorded. On March 12, 2020, a response was sent from the Kansas Board of Veterinary Examiners, which included the following incredible statement.
The Probable Cause Committee did not find any violations of the Kansas Veterinary Practice Act. Therefore, no action will be taken against the veterinary license of Dr. Brian J. Hodes, and the case is considered closed.
No detail was provided for the decision to do nothing. So a veterinarian in Kansas can be involved in this kind of cruelty and mishandling. He can subsequently lie about it and get away with it with the full knowledge of the Kansas Board of Veterinary Examiners. So much for any expectation of professionalism, ethics, or even a semblance of common decency from the Kansas veterinary community. One has to wonder just what kind of misconduct a veterinarian has to commit to get in trouble in Kansas. And get this, Dr. Brian Hodes is the president-elect of the executive board of Kansas State University of Veterinary Medicine. He is also the current veterinarian on duty for all livestock events at the Kansas Star Arena, the Little Britches Rodeo at the Maddox Arena in Derby, Kansas, PRCA Rodeo at the American Royal in Kansas City, Missouri, and other Kansas events. The Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association constantly talks about how there are veterinarians at every PRCA performance. This outrageous story gives all of us an opportunity to grade the quality of rodeo veterinarians everywhere. With a vet like Dr. Hodes, the animals don't need enemies. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. Before we go, we're adding this message to each video that exposes a PRCA-sanctioned rodeo. And because the PRCA is the largest rodeo association, that's most of them. We have on numerous occasions tried to bring specific concerns and allegations of abuse to George Taylor, the commissioner of the PRCA. These include the brutal abuse of steer busting, the disappearing of injured rodeo animals, the shocking of rodeo animals, and other cruelty. The concerns and allegations are founded on decades of video documentation and in some cases on official government records, all of which we have placed in the public domain for all to see. That Commissioner Taylor will not respond to the evidence leads to just one conclusion: that Mr. Taylor understands that the weight of the evidence is overwhelming and that there is no defense for the abuse. And most disturbingly, that Mr. Taylor, his administration, and the PRCA generally has absolutely no intention to change a thing. We find Mr. Taylor's determined indifference to be repulsive, no honor or dignity whatsoever. Corporate sponsors, supporters in the media, and of course those in the stands share in the cruelty, corruption, and cowardice. Mr. Taylor, you have a standing invitation to come out of your hole, step into the light, and man up. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. You can subscribe to our channel to see more of our investigations and learn what you can do to help Shark help animals. To support Shark directly and gain access to exclusive content, consider sponsoring us on Patreon.